Yes, we are live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from. It's Natasha and Anya here again, coming to you live. And we are going to have a different topic today. We're going to talk about looking back, what would we have done differently? Personal level, business level, doesn't matter. So I'll first introduce myself. We're coming live to you from my business page this time. My name is Natasha. I'm the face behind this page. Welcome. I'm a mom of two, one 18-year-old and one 16-year-old, so they're not small anymore. I live in Spain, but I'm originally from the Netherlands. Been doing the online business for 6 years. And I also work full time as a 911 telephone operator at night. So, Anya, over to you.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Thank you for having me here, first of all, and sharing the platform with you. It's a pleasure. So my name is Anya. Also like a digital business owner and a mother, so it can get quite hectic and busy for us mothers out there watching us. We understand you guys, but yeah, that's pretty much why we started doing this, because we wanted more time, balance and freedom for ourselves. And yeah, so that's what I do, apart from being a mum, I just run my business from home. Yeah, thank you.
Oh, that's busy enough.
Yeah, I know. I think so too. I think that is enough. More than
that's,
enough.
that's why I chose this topic. I thought, okay, this is quite a topic that will fit into this, even on a personal level and business level, doesn't matter. So, do
Yeah.
you do you wanna start the conversation?
What the subject? Sure. So the things that I would choose differently, if yeah, in the business world, I guess, is pretty much if I had more, if I would have learned this before, it would have been so much better. Just because of you have to learn so much things at the start, and because it's not my background, I think that if I started earlier, it would have been so much better, because I'll be younger and I'll be like full of yeah, like energy. And it's not hard. That's not me saying, oh, it's hard and that's why. No, but you'd be able to have a head start and obviously be more, financially stable, like at a younger age and all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For our kids and things like that. Because yes, I wanted, a business and stuff, and it was different. Like what I thought. I thought hairdressing was my business thing and beauty and all that, and that didn't happen, because when I had kids, I was like, I don't think I want to do these with my kids. People want to come here and get pampered and things like that, not me have to stop because of kids all the time.
Mm.
While with this business, it's different, because I can still do this around my kids. I don't have to be live 24/7 like we're doing now. I
Mm.
can still answer questions, and my kids are there. They can be like, they can be playing, they can be loud, they can do whatever. And I'm not sort of interrupting other people, they're just still doing their thing and I'm doing my thing. But I can still do it around my kids, which is more of what I wanted. But at the time, I didn't know this even existed, and he probably didn't. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
probably didn't. Yeah.
yeah. So the internet was new when I first finished school, so there was no way that this was
Mm.
probably around, at all. I mean, it was around, but it was more like physical. Like you had to go to people's, houses, or and
Mm.
things like that, which is not what we do. We don't go to friends and families and annoy them or
Mm.
anything like that. So yeah, just I wish I would have started earlier. And I think a lot of people can relate to that,
Yeah.
because yeah, it would have been a different journey, a different lifestyle, different everything. And it would have been so much easier than, now that I found it, my kids were already born, you know what I mean? So
Mm. Yeah.
different. I had to go through, having a baby and
Mm.
racing while I'm still trying to learn the business and stuff like that. So I think that is my main thing that I would have done differently if I
Yeah.
could.
Yeah, I can relate to that because I mean, and it's funny that you mentioned it because I did my hairdresser career too because
Yeah.
a lot of people don't know that, but by profession officially I'm a hairdresser. And I
Yeah.
chose that profession because I had this whole image in my head. I want to be a because I didn't even like being a hairdresser, really.
Yeah.
It was really not my thing. But back then, I had a total different a mindset. I wanted to do something that I could do from home because I wanted a family, the house,
Yeah.
the wife I could fed, the dog, and blah
Yes.
blah.
Yeah, me too.
So yeah, I did my hairdresser career, and it went well. But I liked going to people's houses and doing their hairs. I didn't like working in a salon. So I thought, oh,
Yeah.
this is really great because especially in the Netherlands, it's common that people transform one of their rooms into their business. Can be a beautician or hairdresser, and that's the idea I had in my head. Of course,
Yeah.
it didn't happen because I didn't have kids. My life went totally the different way.
Yeah.
So when I think about it, yeah, if I had this business before when I had my kids, I mean my life would have been totally different. And but as you said, it didn't exist back then, and I didn't even know the online space businesses and things like that existed. So
Yeah.
I had to lose my job
Mm-hmm.
actually to see what was out there. I was just
Yeah.
I was just comfortable. But yeah, and the same as you, I was a single parent for a long time, and it was hard doing everything myself. And I thought, oh my gosh, if I had this business then, I would have been in a total different situation, and a different situation now. Totally different.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely agree with you with that. That if it existed, I would want to start this earlier because I've always wanted something to do something from home. I just didn't expect it to be online.
Yeah,
Mm,
exactly. Like me. And like you said here as well, people turn their garage or whatever into their
mm,
business as well. And that's what I had in mind, And
yeah,
at the start, just before I had my son, actually, I was doing obviously my normal work. And then on the weekends or the days that I had off, I was doing that, in my
mm,
home, whoever, yeah. But
yeah,
once I had kids, it was just like not
yeah.
ideal. Like it was
No,
not ideal at all.
no.
And through my pregnancy as well, I stopped because I was always so sick through my pregnancy. So,
Mm,
I had to stop doing that even before I had my child because I was so sick. And I'm like, I don't
mm,
even have time. I was already working,
yeah,
5 days a week. And then the days that I had off, that's when I used to do it. And I was just like, I don't think I can do this
yeah.
anymore.
Yes,
It was
so
just a whole
we
different.
think we think that's a perfect image, but actually it isn't because I work because I have my full time job now for the last 2 years. I went back to working full time because the kids are
Yeah.
big and thought why not.
Yeah.
So it's totally different. So I work from home full time, but I need to be there. I have to do the hours. I have to sit at my desk for the hours. So it's the same as if we would have gone through with our business from home. You have to be there present. You have to be there physically all the hours. So it's not that ideal as we thought it would be.
No,
And you
not
said
at
you
all.
can't have yeah, and you can't have kids running around all the time when you're working. So I mean, I have night
Yeah.
shift, and my kids are older, and now it's vacation, so they stay up late at night, and
Yes.
even I still have to say, hey, lower it down.
Yeah, I
you know,
know.
it's crazy. Mm,
Yeah, I totally understand. Yeah. I feel like the same happened to me, I had to leave, well, I had to get sacked, lose
yeah,
my job because
mm,
new owners took over, and even though they promised they were going to keep us, they didn't. It doesn't matter what promises any employer
yeah,
makes, it doesn't mean that they will keep it. And that's what happened with me. I stuck around thinking, oh yeah, once the new owners take over, they already promised that they're going to keep us, and then the moment
mm,
they took over, it's like, oh
goodbye.
no, you can't do those
Yeah,
hours. Oh no. So then why didn't you tell us before? You know what I mean? There was
yeah,
not even like
yeah,
someone telling us beforehand so we could get
yeah,
prepared. So it was like a shock. And
yeah.
I
For me
had
too.
to,
Mm,
yeah, I had to
definitely.
go through that. It took that for
Mm,
me to get out of my comfort zone and think of
yeah,
I have to do something else,
yeah,
I can't
true.
just sit here. And I felt so like, oh, I felt so like powerless and like so unworthy. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just felt
Yeah,
so
I
horrible.
can
Like,
totally relate to that. I
yeah,
totally relate. because I never expected me to lose my job either, and it was a new company. I was working for them for 2 years in the same sector as I used to before. So
Yeah.
I worked as a medical translator for the tourists here in the area,
Yeah.
and we myself and another colleague, we practically built that business on this side of the country, but they are based somewhere else, and just without any notice, it was just like, okay, no, we're not going to renew your contract, and I was like, not even a thank you. I thought, what? And I was
Yeah.
totally surprised because, I've never been fired in my life, or either I left for something better, or,
Yeah.
things happen, but I've never been fired, and
Yeah.
although it's not my fault because, I mean, economically speaking, the company just didn't want to go further with the business on our side of the country. But still, I really felt bad. How
Yeah.
can you do this to me? And oh, it was
Yeah.
terrible. And then I thought,
I
oh my God,
know.
what now? What am I going to do now? And you're not young. I mean, I'm not
Yeah.
old, but I'm not young. I'm
Yeah.
not an 18-year-old that they just want to pick up. And
Yeah.
although you have experience, blah blah blah, you still have to start from scratch somewhere else.
Yeah. That's
So
right. And I totally understand that. It's so
mm,
like depressing the same. See, I was there for a very long time. I was there for like
mm,
over 8 years, I think I was there.
mm,
So I knew like, everyone, customers and
yeah,
everything. Like so it felt comfortable. It felt like
yeah,
home to me.
yeah,
Because work is like home anyways. I think we spend more
yeah,
time at work than what we do at home.
exactly.
So
Yeah,
me going there every day and then from not having that and then just being a mom as well, it
mm,
really hit me and I
yeah,
was just like so down and I'm
mm,
like, why did it have to happen like that? I didn't
yeah,
understand, because I've been there for
mm,
so long. But
mm,
things happen for a reason and I'm actually
yeah,
glad that it did,
mm,
because in this past time that's happened, I have grown so much.
mm,
um and this business allows for that. It teaches us not
true,
just how to be business minded, but how to have a strong mindset, how to
exactly.
value ourselves, our time, our
Yeah,
freedom, everything so much more. And I think that
exactly.
although I sort of knew that, but it was just like, oh yeah, whatever, and I still kept going with
Yeah,
life as it is.
yeah,
But this made me focus more on just at a deeper level, like, hey, there's so much more
yeah,
to life than just going to work. There's more time that you can spend with family. There's more
mm,
time that you can go travel and do other things than just be stuck in a job,
yeah,
for long
yeah,
hours.
yeah,
Why not build your future then have to build someone else? Because when we're in a job, we're building somebody else's dream and future. When I
exactly.
thought, yeah, that's true. Like, I want to build my own future. I'm my own thing.
That's right.
So I'm glad that it happened, even though it happened like that and I didn't
Mm,
understand it then. I'm glad that it happened now the way it did.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
I'm
and
more
as you said,
personally,
everything happens for a reason, and people used to say some to me, when I got when I got laid off. Oh, but something better is there. There's always something better out there waiting for you. I said, yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah, I know.
I just didn't believe it. I didn't see it. I was so I was so angry and fixated, on that. How can they do this to me? How dare
Yeah,
they? I was like, oh, the end of the world. And then I felt comfortable. I thought, and I've always worked. I've worked all my life, and it was, I'm sad. I was just satisfied. I settled, as you said. I don't know what have happened if I wasn't laid off, if I would have been here doing this. I don't know if I was that open minded to look for something extra, something I would
yeah,
have done probably differently back then as well.
yeah,
Having a second income stream or a backup plan. You need a backup plan. Yeah, I would
yeah,
definitely say that to people that are watching, or and people that are working full time or whatever. I think it's perfect. It's this is a perfect business to do as an extra. Because you just don't know what life throws at you.
no, exactly.
You can even get sick. I was sick for the last 3 years. I mean, how I went through cancer twice in the last 3 years. I mean, if I
Wow.
would have, if if I didn't have this, then you need something to back it up.
Like, yeah,
And
yeah,
the reason I've been working the last 2 years, because nothing popped up before then. But I thought, okay, I'm gonna. When I started this, it was about 2 or 3 months after me getting fired. I saw this business. I joined. I thought, okay, this is the perfect fit for me. This is something I want to try. I want to do.
Yeah.
So I started, and I thought, okay. Meanwhile, if nothing great shows up or nothing that fits into my around my kids or around my life, I said, I'm not just going to do it. I prefer to stay at home. So that's
Yeah.
what I did, and actually it was great. Although I recommend I recommend people that are in this situation. I think it's better that you work and do this business, because then you can build your business stronger. I mean, I went in a pace a little bit slower, but it doesn't matter. It depends on how it depends on how you want to run it. You can go fast, slow, or at your own pace. So I decided to stay at home, and I thought, okay, when something comes up, I'll see if it interests me. And I did a few interviews, and I'm not gonna go through this again, start from scratch, and missing all the whole summer just working, because I mean this is a tourist area, so the busiest season is when the kids are off. So I thought, no, no, I'm not gonna go there. And 2 years ago, when this job came up and it was from home, I thought, hey, this is perfect. I can still be at home. I have an extra income stream, so why not? And it fits perfectly around my kids' schedule, and so I thought, yeah, why not?
Why
And
not?
now they're bigger, they do their own thing, so I'm practically alone anyway. So
Yeah. I know they forget about us. Once they're a certain age,
oh
it's like
God, yes, yes, yes.
parents don't exist.
It's bye, mom. Okay, see you then. Bye. And they're back for
Yeah,
food. They go to bed, and that's it. Oh
exactly. It's just for food. They
God.
use us for their food.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Free food and goodbye,
yeah, I know.
and ask money.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
Oh God.
The good old days, eh?
True, 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 true.
Yeah.
So,
Uh,
any last thing that you would like to say to our viewers?
Yeah, well, I would like to say, guys, like Natasha said, we're not recommending you guys that you leave whatever you're doing, stay there. Obviously, this can be if you're curious, this could be your plan B. We're not forcing you guys to start something if you don't want to, but if you're aligned to it or you're curious to have more of that balanced lifestyle and freedom for you and your family, then
Mm,
there's another option that you can take, okay? But we're not
mm,
telling you leave your work straight away. This could be your plan
exactly.
B. Then, as you grow, you can make it your plan A, because it's not like a job. You're not going to be starting, at a certain rate and just staying there forever. You're going
That's
to
right.
start it a certain way, and then you're going to build yourself up. Okay, and you will see like a massive difference, because you're probably going to like go past what you're already getting paid now. So
Mm,
don't be left behind. You want to
mm,
be there, achieving everything you could possibly achieve. Okay. Break those limiting beliefs that a lot of people have, because we all
mm,
have that. And don't wait for something like what we went through, that
mm,
we didn't have a plan B at the time, and we were
mm,
devastated because it was just so hard to deal with
mm,
that news. So don't wait for that to happen to you guys. Start
mm,
looking for something that can help you get that beautiful balanced life that you deserve, because that's why we're here sharing this with you guys and being so
exactly.
like open about our experience. And even though it was terrible at the time, we totally understand now that there is better for us. So
Sure.
if you want to know, just reach out to us. We have like a beautiful webinar class available for you guys to understand what we do more. So yeah, like reach out to us. We can register you, or you can register yourself on our links, and yeah, and see if it's right for you or not. That's
Mm,
pretty much it. That's what I
yeah.
want to say.
True. Yeah. Well, guys, that was it for us today. That wraps it all up. I think we've said everything about what we need to say about this topic. I mean, yeah, we can go on and on and on, because I mean, we can discuss this business hours and hours.
Yeah,
What it can do for us, and I agree with you. I say you don't need to stop doing what you're doing right now. Just be sure to to secure your backs, guys, and secure your future. And yeah, and another income stream is is always welcome, I think. I mean, there's always something you want and your dreams and everything, and maybe your job doesn't make ends meet, and you want to do something extra, and this is just a perfect business to do so. So, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you all have a great weekend, and we'll probably see you next week. So, bye for
Yes.
now. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Anya.
Take care. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.